Death, the one thing every human will face, yet the one thing we fear the most. But what if death is not an end, but a profound transition? In today's video, we will deep dive into Sadhguru's powerful book, Death, an inside story, a guide for all those who shall die. Yes, all of us. Why this book? Sadhguru begins by saying that the problem with death is not death itself, but our ignorance about it. We treat death as a something tragic, mysterious, or terrifying. But he explains that knowing death means understanding life more deeply. Why we fear death? Death is taboo in most cultures. Fear stems from ignorance, not truth. Only those who are unaware of life will fear death. What exactly is death? So, according to Sadhguru, death is a disengagement of life energy from the body. It is neither negative nor tragic. It is a natural completion. He emphasizes that death is always happening inside us, breath by breath, cell by cell. This shifts our perspective. Death is not an accident, death is a process, death is a part of life. What is death really? Death is shedding of your physical body. Consciousness can continue beyond physical form. Sadhguru explains the process of disembodiment and the journey of the subtle body. Why we fear the death? Sadhguru explained the fear comes from attachment to identity, fear of losing control, lack of understanding of what lies beyond the physical. He says our fear is not about death, it is about losing what we know, our own memory, our own consciousness. My dear friends, attachment to identity. Identity means what? We are too much identified by our body, our thoughts, our imaginations, our memory, our sensations. We don't know beyond that. All those are impermanent in the world. Yes, your body, your mind, your thoughts, imaginations, just like a temporary things. Every time it is changing. So these are not the permanent things. You have to go beyond these identifications. Who is observing, experiencing all the experiences through these senses? You need to observe the observer. Who is that conscious witnessing of all the experiences? That is who you are. So you are in the universe and the universe is within you. You are in the consciousness is within you. So you should be always aware, alert who you are. What is the true self? What is the truth? What is the freedom? What is the liberation? You need to go beyond these senses, beyond the body. So that is the meta. When you touch that meta beyond the senses, beyond the body, that is the pure consciousness. It is invisible, it is shapeless, it is formless, it is timeless, it is spaceless, it is irreducible, it is there, eternal. So, when the universe is started, the ignorance is started. And but for eternal, is you are who you are. The pure consciousness is there for eternal. When you know your true self, you will be liberated from all your fears, anxiety, depression, miseries, and the ignorance is causing all the depressions and miseries without knowing what is your true self. So, this universe is made of nothing, right? It's a nothing. It's a most 95% of the universe is dark energy. We don't know what is dark energy till today. And all the entire universe is made of matter and energy. So when you know your true self, the consciousness is spread across the universe. So the universe is made of nothing. You are in the consciousness, your body is in your consciousness, and you are not in your body, and your body in your consciousness. So the consciousness is spread across the universe. So across this, it is a timeless, it is a boundless, it is shapeless, it is invisible, it is eternal. So when you know the true self of yours, then you can realize you are eternal. You don't have the death. The body only has the death. When death happens, the body will disappear. You will go to dormant stage. You are in the consciousness. The consciousness is in you. When you die, you again go back to your permanent home, that is called the consciousness, the awareness, the Brahman. That is the this universe. So you don't have the death, and your body only has the death. Just realize the true self, the truth. Who are you? Where you come back, from where you come back, and you will return to the same place once you leave this body. That is called this consciousness, eternal, beyond time and space. So it is all about losing what you know. You accumulated a lot of things here, the memory, right? The possessions, the properties, the name, fame, body, attachments. So all those things you acquired. So you feel that if I die, all those things, what will happen? So your all fear is about what you are going to lose if you die. That is the what is more conscious thing. We need to let go. We need to be aware. We need to be alert about this. So what happens after death? One of the most fascinating part of the book. So the moment of the death, life energy slowly withdraws depending on the physical body shapes, but subtle body continues. The transition phase, karma, tendencies, awareness, the person experiences different state after death, rebirth, or dissolution. The subtle body may return or dissolve completely. So nothing is gone. It simply changes the form. The energy cannot be destroyed. It only be transformed from one form to another form. Preparing for death. Live consciously to die consciously. Practice like yoga, meditation, and inner engineering help align body, mind, and energy. How yogis prepare for death as a grateful exit. How to handle death of loved ones. Sadhguru offers practical guidance. Do not cling because it traps the departing life energy. Create a peaceful environment for the person living. Accept death as part of natural cycle. When someone dies, they are not lost. They have simply moved beyond your sensory range. Helping others die well. Create a peaceful and supportive environment. Avoid emotional drama. It disturbs the dying person's transition. Rituals and practices that aid the soul's energy. How to prepare for our own death. The core message: live consciously now in the present moment, give your 100%, and you should be consciously aware, alert about your past and future, and live consciously present and accept the people and situation and joyfully live. Don't less judge the people and accept the people, forgive the people, be kind, compassionate, and empathy so that you live 100%. Sadhguru suggests meditation, aware of your true reality, awareness of morality, true liberation, moksha, dropping unnecessary psychological baggages, living with clarity and intention. He says morality awareness is the greatest tool for spiritual growth. Knowing your true self, who you are, why you are, what is the purpose of life. When you know your true self, who you are, when you detach from the attachments, you live consciously and you let go of any of the bondages, sufferings, and miseries. You live joyfully and peacefully. Everything in this world is impermanent. So, when you know the truth, you never attach to your sufferings. You always accept the reality and you live happily, joyfully, and let go of the things and forgive the things, forget the things, and you can heal anything with this consciousness, and you can manifest anything with this consciousness, and you can attract anything with this conscious, true living and alertness. What happens after death? Sadhguru described the journey of soul. Karma determines the trajectory of the subtle body. Death is not the end, it is a pause, possibility, and the passage. You are eternal, you are infinite creativity. You can manifest anything, you can heal anything, you can attract anything when you realize who you are. living with death in mind. When you accept the death, you live more fully, to reflect on their morality, not with fear, but with reverence. The beautiful inside of the book is, if you truly understand the death, you will stop living in fear. You will start valuing every moment more deeply. You live 100% in each moment. You accept the people and situation, and you let go of your past miseries and fears and insecurities, and you live in the present moment. You less judge the people, you accept the people, and you will be kindful. You will be compassionate, and you will always live and happily enjoy. So your life will become intense, joyful, and consciousness. Each moment of the joy, happiness, and you experience very precisely. Death is the ultimate reminder that life is precious. You live in the present moment and living with death in mind. When you accept the death, you live more fully. You reflect on their morality, not with fear, but with reverence. If you ever lost someone, feared death, or questioned will lies beyond, this book will shift your understanding forever. Why are we afraid of only uncertain, only certainty? Because in this life, if there is anything certain is there, that is only death. One day we born, one day we die. In between all this birth and death, all our experiences, observations, and experiencing the experiencer, and consciously aware about your true self. The problem here is we live in denial, treating death as a calamity, tragedy, or a taboo subject, and would rather not discuss much. This fear cripples our ability to live fully. Sadhguru perspective, that is not an event outside of life. It is integral part of life. It is a necessary process of shedding the old and making way of for the new. Everyone will die. We we must understand the process of death. So we will break down this inside story of the death, the yogic science of how the body shuts down, how to deal with the fear of death, how to prepare for a conscious and graceful exit, understanding the process of death. So Sadhguru mystifies the mechanics of death from a yogic perspective. Life as a bubble. Life is described as a bubble of energy, a combination of physical body and five pancha pranas, five bhutas, earth element, water element, air element, fire element, space element. Death is simply bursting of this bubble, this body, the separation of life energies from the physical phase, the sequence of exit. The book discusses the sequence of death, where the energies of the body are released. The moment of death is not when the heart stops, but when the life force, prana, finally exits this body. Chakras, the way of exit. The energies usually leave through one of the chakra energy centers in the body. Where the life force exists determines the quality of death, the journey thereafter. The spiritual life can facilitate the exit through the higher chakra, the Brahmarandra at the crown, which is considered as more conscious and graceful way. Death is transition. The quality of your death depends entirely on quality of your experiences of life. Dealing with fear of death. Sadhguru argues that fear of death stems from identifying strongly with the body and mind. The root of fear. We are afraid of death because we have developed a strong sense of identity with our body, mind, possessions, believing that I will cease to exist. The solution, awareness. The only way to deal with fear of death is explore death while you are alive. This does not mean physically suicide, it means creating a space between you and your body through spiritual practice. You are not your body, your mind, your imagination, your sensations, and your thoughts. You are the pure observer of all those experiences which are happening through your senses. Be conscious, aware, alert, maintain the distance, and see yourself detaching from all these attachments. Then you can be aware of who you are truly, so that you will be liberated. You will be getting the freedom, and you will always alert, aware, conscious that I am the Sachitananda, I am existence, consciousness, and bliss, and I am eternal, I am shapeless, I am invisible, I am formless, I am fundamental, I am beyond space and time. I am the Brahman, I am in consciousness, and consciousness is within me. The practice of sleep. Sleep is a daily practice of temporary death. If you can be conscious as you transition into and out of sleep, you are preparing yourself for the ultimate transition. This conscious disidentification reduces the panic of the final moment, preparing for a good death. The book stresses that preparation for a good death should start now, not in the old age. The wisdom of Vanaprastha Ashrama. Traditionally, the phase of Vanaprastha was about voluntarily moving away from the worldly responsibilities in later life to dedicate time to spiritual preparation. This concept of does death need preparation is vital. How to live? The greatest preparation is simply to live totally 100% in present moment without strucking in of your past and future miseries, depressions, and all those fears, insecurities, guilt, blame, shame. Let go of all those things and live 100%. For you accept the people, forgive the situation, forgive the people, forget the things, and always compassionate, joy, kindness, and you experience your profound life. If you hold back and live a life of compromise, you will have regrets, which are what make death uh, agonizing. If you live a full involved life, then the time comes you will be ready to naturally let go from this body. The significance of dying in Himalayas. The book touches on the natural significance of spiritual places. The true significance is that you are choosing an environment that supports the disidentification from the body and focus your energies toward the ultimate liberation, the mukti, the mahasamadhi. The death is not a period, it's a karma. If you approach it with understanding and awareness, it can be ultimate liberation. Start living fully, consciously today, because the only thing certain in life is that you shall die one